Live at 4, Scopely says, give us more money. Yeah, it's kind of been a disaster. We got some more free codes and some clarification on all of the screw-ups from yesterday. There is some messaging and they're at least acknowledging it. Balance, we will learn from and not repeat our own errors. We've literally said that like 50 times and still make the same errors. Well, we'll never do it again. Oh my God. Let's get into the messaging here. This just came out a couple minutes ago. Switch sides of the screen. Yesterday, which is the dates on this is wrong. It's actually March 5th today, and yesterday was March 4th, but whatever. Yesterday, the Wild Genesis web milestone did not go live at 1 o'clock. To score in this event, players need to do blitz, and many players did mini blitz battles and not earn progress in the event. The team has decided to send all players level 50 and above 5,500 milestone points for the event and compensated for this issue. So yeah, there's a blitz event running right now. It's on the WEBSTORE. Compensation for the leaderboard, tiebreaker, and the 1999 missing orb fragments will be sent out today. Okay. More information on these issues, please read the blog. So this is something from last week. We're excited to hear about how many players enjoy the new promo codes Celebrate and Night. Please be advised that code Night requires you to be level 65 and above. And then if I looked in the comment section from yesterday's video, everybody said it wasn't working, was working. Anytime you wish to redeem a code on the webpage, please be sure to refresh the page before you do. If you do redeem multiple codes, please allow a minute to pass before attempting to redeem another. So keep trying them. Another thing too, Celebrate should work for everybody. Night works for players 65 and above. And I don't know what level these ones work, but this did not work for me. I think this works maybe under 65, maybe under 61, maybe under 45. I'm not sure. But this is a new one that I did not know about. Code Pool. Then there's also Code Gambit and Code Venom Free. So try all three of them. Try all three codes and see which one works for you. Now, this is kind of a thing. They're at least acknowledging it. There's an issue yesterday on the WEBSTORE where multiple instances of the bang for your buck milestone spawned, allowing players to make purchases and receive the rewards multiple times. Yes. The team is investigating the issue, and we will communicate the course of the action we'll take by end of the week. And I'm glad they're at least acknowledging this right here. And then it says, please be sure to participate in the 6th anniversary events. As a reminder, the 6th Time to Strike event campaign will have new missions each week. And be sure to play each additional week to see all the Deadpool shenanigans. Kitty, something not mentioned in the post, and I just want to put this right here. Yes, they have said is what I spent 810 ISO in the campaign agent about 410 ES team, and I got 0 orbs of progress towards the event. So spinning the ISO was not working at the start yesterday, and he acknowledged this is a message from yesterday, but somehow this did not make it into the post. So they do know about this. Hopefully we get compensation on this issue also as well. Lots of screw-ups. Does anybody find it fitting that Scopely kicks off their 6-year anniversary event with a whole series of screw-ups? My goodness. The only fair way to resolve the UPC milestone blunder. If you didn't know, the UPC bang for your buck milestones were able to be indefinitely claimed. I don't know if it was indefinitely, but it was like 30 or 40 times for a short period of time, resulting in players receiving thousands or millions of G16 orbs. Not millions, but I spent $50 and I refreshed it about 10 times and I got about 6,000 G16 orbs. So this is a problem. I definitely agree that this is a problem. And sums of gold. This is true. If you've been playing a while, closest I compare this to is when we got offer containing literal millions of 14, 15 orbs. Yes, I agree with all that. Yes, absolutely. If you remember exactly what caused this, it was a decimal point Jeff offer. 20 bucks. I believe it was a decimal Devin looking out for the new players. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. I think Scope has to do this again. Please release an offer that players can purchase for a couple hundred of thousands of millions of G16 orbs, a decent amount of golden mats. Valentine's event compensated for 300k orbs was considered wonderful. Make right. Please continue to do so. I agree with all of this. The problem is a little more complicated than that. And if this is a reasonable solution for 90% of the player base, I think Scopely should pursue this. I don't think that everybody would be happy with this because this is 18s and there's over 900 of them. I mean, my math said in theory that the number of 18 orbs could between, over 2,000. And this is the only screenshot I can find. The one thing I got to say is the website was borked and not working correctly. And, yesterday I discovered it I went back and looked at the exact numbers. I was like at about 41-minute mark. I figured it out, reported it. And then I think it worked for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. But even at that time, I couldn't get it to work because the web store kept crashing. And a lot of people have told me that it just kept crashing over and over again. And the website was not working right for at least 20, 30 minutes. So what I'm trying to say is I don't really know how many people got this stuff, but they absolutely did. They need to make it right. It looks like they're going to do something. And to point to this post specifically, what they did for the 300K hearts was a wonderful make right. And I believe that this 300K hearts was favorable to about 90% of the population. And for me, I welcome whatever they're going to do. If they can successfully make about 90% of the players happy, that'd be great. We will see. There's no fair way to fix the UPC blunder. Reopening the air so everyone can spend a small amount of real money to get a lot of stuff. It's not fair for people who spend a lot of money to get far less stuff. It devalues what they've already spent. It also puts genuinely free-to-players at a much greater competitive disadvantage. There's an argument that free-to-players should be at a disadvantage against spenders in general, and the whales in particular, but not in the way they should be at a monumental disadvantage against dolphins who happen to spend a very small amount of real dollars at this particular moment in time. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's too late to roll everything back, even if that's possible. I wish they could. Those who took advantage of the situation have already used the resources they got. Rollback would, at this point, reverse the benefits of gameplay, not just Scopely screw up. And across the board, compensation package cannot possibly approximate the relative value of those who took advantage of opportunity and actually got out of it, and would compound the unfair advantage they obtained if they too got the same compensation package. No action doesn't make the situation better for everyone. So I don't know what they should do, but if this is satisfactory to players and they just give everybody like 10,000 G16 orbs or whatever, like I got 6,000, and if they gave me none, I'd be okay with that. And if they gave the rest of the player base a bunch of 16s, I just don't think, and gold and training materials, I think that's great. I just don't know if that addresses fully the 17 and the 18 situation. However, I'm not sure how many players actually spent $500 and were able to refresh it in enough time to get full advantage of it. But at the end of the day, this is mostly a Scopely problem, and they got to make it right. And whatever they can do to be as fair as possible, I welcome. I liked the way that they handled the Valentine's Day 300K hearts. Hopefully they can come up with a similar solution. Big screw up. Now what happens? Scopely makes money. That's what happens. So early day, the website glitched, and some people are able to get a huge amount of gear for a relatively small amount of money. $500. Some people have said they G18 the rosters. It did cost $500, and to be at the right time at the right place, that's for sure. So what happens now? Scopely release offer that gives a player option to buy literally tens of thousands of orbs for $500. Yeah, I spent $50, but it really I didn't get to upgrade that many characters. It really only fixed my 16 problem. And not that I still have catalyst problems. Fast track. I talked about this post yesterday, but it's the same, right? I don't know. Fix your game, Scopely. Make it right. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's talk about Starbrand. Not Starbrand, Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm gonna do Striker. You can see right there, and that is because of his ISO attack right here. In war, if this character is not at full energy, if the primary target is a controller, apply ability block the primary target. So I'm going to start with Striker on him. That's my initial thoughts, is that I'm going to use Striker and Starbrand. Unfortunately, I had to do all the T4s. I actually, that's not true. I did all but the basic, but I will do the basic. Also, there are 2 web UPC milestones this week, and some people have speculated that this is the reason why everything was borked yesterday. And I'm thinking about, if you buy Ultra Cores, those are basically a gift card so that you can spend later. Like for me, over the next 6 months, I'll probably buy all of the battle passes, which is $80 a month. Well, if I did spend $500 on this. Then I would get all this stuff. Looks like I've already spent $60. And then I could buy the battle passes over the next 6 months. Now this double dips with another milestone. So that was that milestone there. And then the second one is this one right here. And then this is the one that was glitched out yesterday. And so some people are going to consider doing that. Also, I don't know if this means anything, but on the strike time video, and also if you did like you plugged in your player ID number and did the reel, which I thought was really cool. At the very end, very quickly it flashes up this symbol. Actually, I'm going to play from like 10, 11, 20, just so you can see it. It's really fast right here. Like this is the legacy reel. See, here it is right here. There, a new challenger waits, and there's the X. My prediction is that someday we will get, what is this? The House of X, you know, and this is the one that's shown in Contest Champion, but it's the Cerebro. It stands up. That's just my guess on what they're going to do. I know a lot of people want Professor X like in a wheelchair, but if I were to guess, and I think I'm going to be right about this, is they're going to release this guy. And this was also what appeared to be in last month's loading screen. So I think that's the way it's going to play out. I don't care about Dark Domain credits. I need normal diamonds. Yeah, I agree. I'm feeling this also. And then this is a post worth considering. You know, we're going to be getting Gear Tier 19 here shortly, and people are going to start prepping for Dark Dimension 7. And I've talked about this at length, that one of the main bottlenecks is going to be the uniques. Miasma, Dr. Doom, Dormammu, and Ghost Rider. Well, you're going to have to do, you know, Dormammu for sure, right? I don't think Dormammu is worse than Doom. So hold off on Ghost Rider Robbie, you know, because these uniques are going to be super scarce if I were to guess. Osmium, Gambit, Vol, Nova, and Nightcrawler. You're going to have to probably pick one of them. Molecular Croft, Craven, Capture Carter, and Photon. Not so big, but the ones that I think is going to be a problem is like probably some people are going to want to do Void Knight when the correct choice is going to be Super Scroll. And then there's some other ones there. So be on the lookout for that. I believe that we're going to be getting some information on that tomorrow. And there have been pictures of orbs in the data mines and game files for something that's happening here in the near term. And hopefully there will be reasonable access to Gear Tier 19. But if I was going to suspect that the first players that are able to go into Dark Dimension 7 and get Mephisto, it's going to be horrifically expensive, and it's going to be super, super duper scarce. So just be mindful of these unique pieces. Specifically, Miasma is going to be a problem with the mythics, because Dormammu and Dr. Doom are mythics, and the last two nodes require mythics. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.